As soon as I got the time slip, that's when I realized this entire journey of getting this car built, playing with launches, playing with the tune, getting everything set up here at the track has been all worthwhile. That 9-second pass is hard to imagine.
When we began the project, the number one goal was to have an engine that could withstand the abuse of the high boost and the high power. Not so much running a certain quarter mile time. We wanted to kind of perfect an engine that could handle more power, go to the track, and also take you to the grocery store. We started probably 2 years before and testing different packages. In the middle of it, I was running different styles, combinations of motor packages in my car, seeing what would work, seeing what would work, and finally came up with this specific, unique head gasket and fuel hoop, essentially, to seal the combustion, to keep the head gaskets and the heads from failing and lifting. This was the first one we did, and once we got it up and running, dialed in, of course the goal at that point was to get a 9-second pass. Eric had run in high elevation, mid-10s, and so for him, definitely 9s was the goal on our first outing and on this new package.
We're here to test out the second build of this car. The first one was done in 2016 with a stage 1 turbo, and now we're at a stage 2.75, a SEB turbo with a built engine. Just testing the boundaries of the auto transmission. Everything is working great. The great part of the build is that this car is a weekend cruiser that could be driven at any time with the air conditioner, the radio, easy car to drive. Just trying to push the boundaries of the platform and trying to get as much as we can out of it. Very happy with the car. The service I got from Fast Intentions and the build from Seb is just incredible. The support that I get is second to none. It's just a great build that gives you a lot of confidence.
We basically had dropped the motor in on version 3 of the car, of the engine, I should say, and we ended up pulling it back out after we saw this new process that guys were using on engines to hold the combustion down. So we yanked the engine out, disassembled it entirely. It was a brand new engine, and once we got it out, we ended up, begrudgingly, kind of like, here we go again. Experiment version 6, let's try it, let's see what's going to happen. And thankfully Eric was more than willing to do it, and that was a great, it's great having a customer like that that's willing to try new things. So took it apart, got everything disassembled, and went on to this new method. And at that point, the car wasn't running, and it was definitely like, okay, let's get moving, because we want to see this thing progress instead of having all this downtime. Fast Intentions has a great and fit and finish of the kit. There's a lot to be said for that. It's not just about the ultimate power. You don't want pieces of the engine touching the subframe, stuff like that, or the chassis. and then you have a car that, yeah, it's fast, but kind of feels like a junker too, right? You don't get that with this kit. So that's the real beauty of it all, is that it works seamlessly, it works together, and its fit and finish is that of like a factory kit. The car came with it. Did our best, got everything back together, and this was this past November. Got it back in the car and got it fired up, and in December of 2020 we got it running, and just was elated. It was great to have the car running after being down for a little bit. So excited to get on the dyno, of course nervous, a lot of emotion. Is it gonna work? Once we were done with the dyno, got some break-in, I drove it a little bit more and waited on Eric so he could come down and pilot it and command it down the track. So we came up with a date in May, and he came down, and I got the car dialed in for him, and after a few passes we were in the 9 seconds. So mission accomplished as far as that goes.
That 9-second pass is hard to imagine. So we came to this track, obviously because my support system is here, and we really wanted to get that 9-second pass. We were able to get our 9-second pass. It's a big accomplishment considering the fact that this is an automatic convertible car. It's not as easy to build an auto in this platform, as most people know. So for us to achieve that 9-second pass was just the best. It was great. Really happy with it.
We want to see how much further we can go and get deeper into the nines. So ultimately, we do want to get, at least near the record, if not beat it, in a street setup. That's the goal, ultimately. It's always to go faster. It's always to have an enjoyment being able to continue doing and driving the car without any concerns. I think we've got that. We've got that figured out, which is great. It's up to the customer to do the rest and do their part. But I think we've got it nailed.